All right, yesterday I was asking you to think of different ways or think of different forces that would cause circular motion. I'm hoping with some examples from last week, you saw motorcycles making sharp turns. What was keeping them in touch with the ground or from sliding? That's friction. What's keeping it, allowing them to stay in circular motion? That's that friction force. When the kid was on that amusement park ride that was going in circles and the floor drops out, did he stick to the side? Yeah, he stuck to the side, right? And why did he stick to the side, right? There was a force, right, that was keeping him in circular motion, but also friction keeping him up. So, and we know normal force and force of friction are tied hand in hand. The Greek waiter, I had water in a cup. Well, force of gravity pulls it down. The force of the cup, right, keeps it up. And why is it able to stay in circular motion, right? Well, the water wants to go in straight line motion, but the cup was pushing the water still, right, into that circular motion. So yeah, the water had momentum. That water was in motion and wants to stay in straight line motion, and it was redirected, okay? So any type of circular motion requires a center-directed force, okay? A center-directed force, and we call that in physics a centripetal force. Anything in circular motion has a force that's center-directed, just like this. I shouldn't have a red shirt spinning a red object, should I? But I'm doing it anyways. If I've got this ball on a string, what's keeping it in center-directed or center or circular motion? The center-directed force, a force of tension going towards my fingers. If I let my fingers go, right, the ball doesn't want to stay in circular motion anymore. So what we've got is if we have an object with a speed, we've got a center-directed force, and that's a force, right, with a subscript C. Sometimes I use R for radial, but I like it C for centripetal force. What I want you to think about and pontificate is what influences the centripetal force. What can I change to change that centripetal force? Okay? So I want you to think of, where did that thing go? Of course I don't have it anymore because it went across the room. Right? Which way across the room? If I change something, there it is, it bounced back. Okay? If I change something about this setup, right, of this ball going in circular motion, would it make the force greater or less? Okay? So there's several things that you can change. I want you to see what you can change, and you're going to tell me, what if I increase that component? What will happen to the centripetal force? What if I decrease that aspect or component, right? What will happen to that center-directed force? And we're going to get our concept developed, okay? So you can always think about the examples. We had motorcycles on a road, right, making that turn. You can think of you driving and making a turn and how speeds affect that, how sharpness affects that. You can think of all different things that are going to affect that centripetal force. You're going to think, what happens if I increase that or decrease that? Okay? That's it for day 2. I'm curious to see what your answers are. Okay, have a great day.